Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Erin Boyle. I am a licensed massage therapist, yoga, Pilates instructor. This video is more for my yogis. This is going to go over the bandhas. So in Sanskrit, the word bandha means lock, a bundle, right? Or I like to think of these bandhas of more of a connection, an awareness of. The bandhas are more for the subtle body. So this is not necessarily like we're going to be practicing like Kegels per se when we go over our root bandha. The Uddiyana bandha is our core lock. You will feel an engagement in our core, but again, it's more of the subtle body. It's more for, again, connection and alignment to kind of grasp these concepts, these bandhas here. So there's three of them. Let's start at our root. So our Muladhara Bandha, which is our pelvic floor bandha. So this is going to help us to lift those pelvic floor muscles. When I really start to connect with it, it does help to align my pelvis. So if you're like me and you have maybe an interior pelvic tilt, like your pelvis tilts forward and you get that little sway back, this can help you with that. The Muladhara Bandha helps us, let's say, like we're in a warrior pose, where we want to, like, we're in that pose, and maybe again that interior pelvic tilt is happening. When we start to engage that lift, it's going to help us to line up that pelvis, so that can help with that. Our Uddiyana Bandha is our core engagement, as a Pilates instructor as well. Core is everything. And of course, we could take that into our yoga practice as well. Everything comes from the core, right? When we move, we want it to come from the inside and out. Our core, so. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on about our core. I think we all know how important our core is and making sure it is engaged. So our third bandha is our throat lock, Jarndhara bandha. So this helps you with your Ujjayi pranayama. And this is where you get that constriction of the back of the throat. So that is our bandhas. I'm going to go over just a quick way of how to connect further with the bandhas. So starting with our root bandha, our Muladhara bandha, that pelvic floor. So I took a workshop one time and this really helped me because again, these are more of the subtle body. So it's kind of hard to you can't just flex a muscle and think you're engaging it. It's subtle, it's small. But what I want you to do is imagine there's a hammock right here in your pelvis. And we want to lift from the center of that hammock. So see if you can find a lifting in and up of those pelvic floor muscles. So this is not necessarily a Kegel exercise, but it does coincide with Kegel work per se. So think about again that hammock there, and then right there in the center, you want to lift the center of the hammock. And maybe again, when you did that, you found that lift, that engagement. It started to line up that pelvis. All right. Moving up to our core, Uddiyana Bandha. Again, if I had just a penny every time I reminded my students to make sure your core is active and involved, be a rich woman right now. So I always joke, in lack of better words, suck it up, right? Pull the belly button to the spine, tighten up those corset strings, whatever terminology can work for you to help you to engage your core. It's probably the easiest way to engage your core is through the exhalation. So on that next out breath, see if you could draw those abdominal muscles in and up. And again, maybe you're imagining the corset strings being tightened up. So hopefully that engagement, that core connection, that lock is going to help you to sit up a little bit taller, right? Because when we work out, we want to have that tall spine. So moving into that throat lock, that Jarndhar bandha, this one is a little bit more fun to work with. So if you're not familiar with your Ujjayi pranayama breath, I'm going to help you to engage it here. It's actually pretty easy to connect with once you kind of break it down. But imagine you have a mirror in front of you and you wanted to fog that mirror up. So with an exhale out the mouth, you you make that ha sound. Right? Some people call that Darth Vader breathing. Now the same breath, but this time with your nose closed. So there's that constriction there of the back of the throat. And there's that ocean wave sound, that audible breath. So when you can connect with your breath audibly, you can connect with it throughout the whole practice, hopefully mind-body connection. All right, so now that we have all three bandhas aligned, working, locked, they're connected. This will also get our spine, right? Our Sushumna in alignment. This will help with energy flow, getting that prana, that energy to align. So hopefully, again, if you were unfamiliar with the bandhas, what they were, how they work, this little brief video can help you with that. I feel like it's a great concept to grasp in your yoga practice. Take it to the next practice. Again, it's subtle, but it can do so much to further your yoga practice. So thank you for joining. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon.